So what's going on guys, Kids here and welcome back to a brand new video. For today I will show you the top 12 best and most overpowered weapons and how to get them in Dragon's Dogma 2. In general, your character level is important, but your weapon is what really matters. Because a strong weapon is the difference between a dead giant monster or a dead Arisen. If you want to get some great weapons early in the game, then you've come to the right place. So without any further ado, let's get right into it. Coming in at number 12 is the Black Matter. This is a warrior specific weapon that is one of the best available for the vocation. This massive hammer is made with incredibly high quality materials, which means it packs a punch, even at base stats. Although there is no special elemental or debilitation effects, the sheer force of the physical damage it can deal combined with the immense knockdown power make it an incredible choice if you are keen on rocking the warrior vocation. That said, there are better vocations and even better and more powerful weapons to consider, so let's move over to the next ones. But before we do that, if you want to get this weapon, then you can find it in a chest in the ancient battleground, at the top of the castle guarded by Cyclops. Then at number 11 we have the Almace. Although this is not the most powerful sword in the game, it is the best anyone choosing the fighter vocation could hope for in the early to mid-game content. Despite the confusing name, the Almace is actually a one-handed sword that can be only wielded by the fighter vocation. It has powerful base strength, which ensures that you will dish out a good amount of physical damage. But the aspect of the sword makes it a truly great with the ice damage it delivers. With just few hits you will have your enemies slowed to a crawl as you hack away at their health bar. Almace is also one of the first magic swords you'll likely find in the game, one that you will certainly keep equipped for a couple of dozen hours. This weapon also is great if you want to explore the waterfall cave, as those enemies are weak against the ice element. This Almace can be found in the checkpoint rest town to buy from the Celestia Smithy vendor for 20,800 gold. At number 10 we have the Frigid Finger. If swords aren't your thing and you prefer to unleash more powerful spells on your enemies, then you can't go wrong with the Frigid Finger. This mage specific staff deals tons of magic damage, in addition to the regular physical damage, but of course this depends on your spell choice. Like the name suggests, the Frigid Finger specializes in ice attacks. This means that when you use ice spells on your enemies, it will get a whopping 40% elemental boost to the spell's base damage and already existing ice effects. Although there are more powerful staffs available for the later unlocked sorcerer class, the Frigid Finger is one of the best you could hope for when it comes to the mage vocation. You can get this weapon from many locations. So first of all, it can be sold by Joey in the Chamber of Remorse, and then as well you can get it from the random chest jobs in the Chamber of Sorrow, Chamber of Resolution or Chamber of Hope. Then while we are speaking of the sorcerer staff, the Anathema staff is a beast that every sorcerer should aspire to own. Not only it can dish out a staggering 543 base magic damage, in addition to the 387 physical damage, but it also has one of the best debilitations available in the game, which is the Silence skill. The Silence will essentially prevent any spellcaster from using a spell once enough of the debilitation effect has built up, and the difference between a debilitation boost on a weapon and elemental boost is that the debilitation affects all spell types, so you will naturally fight other mages and sorcerers as you explore the world, so having a staff that can completely take them out of the fight is very overpowered. You can find the Anathema chest on the second floor of the Dragon's Breath Tower. You will visit this area during a quest called A New God's Way. Probably the most ruthless looking of all the thief vocation daggers is our next weapon, the Spite. This is a pair of daggers you don't want to find yourself on the other end of. Not only are they one of the more powerful daggers in the game, based on physical damage alone, but they also inflict poison damage with every cut you make. Again, since poison is a debilitation and not an elemental effect boost, so every type of attack you use with these daggers will cause poison to build up on your enemies, until eventually it starts draining their health. This is also true even if you were to use one of the best thief skills, Enkindled Blades, which causes you to light up your dagger on fire. In this scenario, both the fire and poison damage will stack, making Spite a truly formidable weapon for any situation. The Spite can be bought from the vendors called the Avernus Arms, located in the back batal, or from the Celestial Smithy in the Checkpoint Rest Town. Both vendors are selling it for 27,000 gold. Then for our number 7 weapon, we have the Medusan Spellbow. As the name might suggest, this incredibly rare weapon can only be acquired by ripping it out of the Medusan's cold dead fingers. The Medusan Spellbow is a rare bow that can be only wielded by the archer vocation. Despite spell being in the name, the weapon does not technically deal spell damage, nor it can be used by the magic archer. Aside from the raw power this bow deals, the biggest selling point of the Medusan Spellbow is that it yields you more experience for every kill than any other weapon in the game. This does come at a considerably higher cost of stamina for every weapon skill you use, but the pros definitely outweigh the cons, as the Medusan Spellbow can be a fantastic way to level up very quickly. You can get this weapon from defeating the Medusa boss, and it has a 18.5% chance of dropping it as a rare drop. Then next up we have the weapon called Soul of the Antiquity. Many of the best weapons in the game seem to be found exclusively in the Mystic Spearhand vocation. This vocation is the closest thing to a Jedi you will find in the game, with the weapons being a dual-sided spear, capable of unleashing a flurry of powerful attacks on your enemies. The Soul of Antiquity is by far one of the best dual spears in the game, as well as just one of the best and most powerful weapons overall. It rocks a staggering physical and magic damage, which means that it's capable of taking out just about any kind of foe. Although this one doesn't have any special effects, it is one of the best ones you can find in the game, and one that every Mystic Spearhand should own. The Soul of Antiquity can be bought from the vendor called Avernus Arms, which is located in the back batal, and he sells it for 45,000 gold. For number 5 we have the Dragon's Breath. One of the later vocations you will unlock is the Magic Archer. Although it will likely take you 30 to 40 hours to acquire this vocation, it is well worth the wait, as the Magic Archer combines the best of the Archer and Sorcerer into one vocation. Regardless of how cool the vocation is, it is nothing without an incredible weapon to wield. This is where the Dragon's Breath comes in. You will likely get access to this one not long after unlocking the vocation itself, but because of that it's closer to the end game. Dragon's Breath comes with massive physical and magic damage, although there are no specific elemental boosts or debilitations. The raw power it delivers in combination with the powerful weapon skills the Magic Archer wields will ensure that you will obliterate your enemies before they ever get close to you. You can get this weapon from the vendor called Volcanic Island Armory, which is located in the Volcanic Island, and he sells it for 55,000 gold. Then for number 4 we have the Exalted. This is the second fighter weapon to make this list, because it is undoubtedly the most powerful and well-rounded fighter weapon in the game. The Exalted is a truly weapon bestowed on a man from the gods. This one-handed mace has plenty of physical and magic damage to compete with other powerhouses on this list, but what really sets it apart is the light elemental effect. As of right now, there is only one known light damage type one-handed weapon in the game, so the Exalted is truly a rare find. Furthermore, that light damage cannot be resisted by any enemy type, which means that you will likely pack a punch, regardless of the situation or the enemy type. This weapon can be found in the Jan's Bin's Grotto, but it has a low chance of dropping it, or on the other hand, you can buy it from the Roderick Smithy vendor in Venvort for 43,000 gold. Coming in at number 3 we have the Dead Ringer. This weapon truly deserves to be placed in this video, for its truly godly physical and magic damage. The Dead Ringer is the best duo spear available for the Mystic Spearhand, and the most formidable weapon in the game. This is true both because of its raw power, but also because of the simple but gruesome fact that it was constructed by using the spine of some poor soul. With base damage that hovers near 1300, it is hard to find another weapon that can match Dead Ringer's total damage output, especially one that can be wielded so quickly. Usually this kind of power is reserved for a heavy weapon, but with it in the hands of the lightning quick Mystic Spearhand you become unstoppable. You can get this weapon from the vendor called Volcanic Island Armory, which is located in the volcanic island, and he sells it for 56,000 gold. Then at number 2 we have the Infernal Edge. This is another incredibly strong weapon that will last very long in the game. This is a duo spear with perpetual fire enhancement. You can get this unique weapon from the ancient battleground. To get it, you will have to talk to an NPC on the east path leading into the ancient battlegrounds. This begins the quest called Told to the Rest for Oscar. Help him reach the center of the castle. Then backtrack down the same hallway and smash the boxes to unlock a treasure room. And to actually use this weapon, you will need to restore the Harp village. So you have to talk to the NPC in the coastal hut to unlock the Mystic Spearhand vocation. And then finally we have the Peltflayers. This is another early weapon that, because of how strong and spammy the thief class is, makes this weapon into a deadly machine. And interestingly enough, this weapon can be found in a far more dangerous location than all the other weapons combined. So near the starting town of Melv, you need to follow the road northwest of the Border Watch outpost. The path will lead to the Waterfall Cave. Beware of the powerful Chimera inside, and don't open the second floor chest in the magical room, or you will have to fight a lich. So then get to the upper floor with the magical library, and then look for a side path, and there you will find the chest with these daggers. So with that said, I really do appreciate everyone for watching guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any suggestions, feedback, or other good Dragon's Dogma 2 builds or guides that you would like to see in the next video, then feel free to leave your comments in the comment section down below. And while you're doing that, please click like, subscribe, and enable that notification bell, so this way you could support the channel and not miss any more amazing content. With all this said, you have an amazing day and I will see you in my next video, so take it easy, peace.